Today's video is going to be my top blushes, bronzers, and highlights of 2016. One of my favorite techniques to do on myself as well as my clients is to blush them, bronze them, and highlight them. And the reason I decided to put all three of these products in the same video is because I feel that without blush, you can't bronze, and without bronzing, there's no reason to highlight. So I felt like they just work together, therefore in one specific video. And last year there was no stop in sight with amazing hues and textures of products that came out. And you know what, even some of the products that didn't come out last year, I still held them very, very true to me as well as my makeup artistry in the year of 2016. So you know what, I felt let's just share them with the girls, okay? So of course, getting in the mindset of my favorite blushes, bronzers, and highlights, I had to give you guys this bronze Barbie-esque cold shoulder-esque look in the middle of winter because of course it's 27 degrees outside here in the Carolinas and they're predicting snow. But you know what? This look can heat up any room, honey. So if you guys want to see a tutorial on how I completed this look, make sure you comment down below. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, make sure you click that subscribe button and also click that nice little bell. But yeah, in typical favorites fashion, grab your notepad and honey, whatever you're drinking, and let's get into my top blushes, bronzers, and highlights from 2016. Since I'm stating blushes, you know what? It's a very small category, so we're going to do blushes first. Love them. So I have 4 of them. The first one being from one of my favorite brands, Estee Lauder. And it's this beautiful blush called Lover's Blush. And it's almost not even pigmented. This could go as a blush or a soft contour depending on the client that I was using it on. Very, very pigmented. So it gives you just a slight bit of hue. So great topper, just say if you put too much bronzer on, or maybe if you put a blush on and it's a little too cool, this is a great way to neutralize that. So of course I had to include this little jewel. It's again called Lover's Blush. It's part of the Pure Color line by Estee Lauder. Next we have another blush coming in from Estee Lauder, and it is the part of their new sculpting blush line, and this one is called Soulful Spice. When this product came out, I definitely included this into my winter or fall must-haves for 2016, and look at that hue. This color can go on any complexion, so of course it's much more rich than the Lover's Blush. It definitely looks like a blush, but if you're a little bit more fairer in complexion like myself, then it could also do as a bronze topper. So Soulful Spice, you're in there. Next, stepping over to the cooler side, I was actually sent this product by Marc Jacobs in an influencer box, and I don't know if it got as much love on my channel because during the summertime I think there were just so many things going on. But look at this beautiful Marc Jacobs blush, and its claim is it's more of an airbrush finish. The shade is called Kinks and Kisses. It's number 504, and I'm going to swatch that across for you. Can you see that, how it has that little bit of iridescent movement to it? And sorry if I'm focusing on my monitor because I want to make sure that I'm staying in frame for you guys. But look at how that movement is. Isn't that absolutely stunning? So I was obsessed with this blush, I know, during the summer, but I actually popped a little bit on my cheeks today and I'm equally as obsessed with it. So note this product is definitely still in stock. This is by Marc Jacobs. Kinks and Kisses, yes. And lastly, rounding up my blushes, you girls are going to be so proud. It's a drugstore. This is the Milani. You should have known. Rose D Oro. Like this blush. Like look at the dome. You know how Milani has that beautiful dome. Can you tell that we're going to hit pan? And I am completely still as obsessed with this blush. It looks like a blush. Then it kind of comes off a little bit more goldeny. It gives you a little bit of a highlighted flex to it. Absolutely amazing. Price was dead on spot. I don't think this was any more than like $10. Rounding out my top blushes for 2016 is my Rose D Oro by Milani. Next up, we're going to talk about bronzers. Bronzers are that contouring product for me. I love a good bronzer, but more than that, I love a good, intense, stated blended bronzer. And to achieve that, oftentimes I have to reach for different textures in products. So in my bronzing category, there are going to be some liquids, there are going to be some foundation sticks, and there are also going to be powders. So grab your notepad. Since we're talking about drugstore products, this should not be any surprise to you guys. This is my NYX, and it's the palette for professionals. I absolutely love this palette, and mainly it's because of this rich color right here. It's a beautiful intense matte. You can see that I've hit pan, and there's the shade right there. But the great thing about what NYX has tried to do, they're giving you another matte right here, which is a little bit cooler. They're going into the middle, which is what I say a nice balance. If you're on this side and if you're on this side, there's a nice balance here, so you can kind of tap in them. So you really don't have to go as hard on this side if necessary, and there are your color ranges right there. So they gave you a nice balance of your cools, your mediums, and of course the dark, and I absolutely love that in a drugstore product. I did play in this yellow right here a little bit, but it did give me a little bit of flashback. So you really had to work with those products. So I wasn't as jazzed with this top row as I was with the bottom, but I think it's great for the price. Next, since we're talking about powders, I have another bronzer, again by Estee Lauder. This one is called Bronze Goddess. The shade that I have here is medium D. And I love the pan sizes in the bronzers by Estee Lauder. You can literally not use this up. So if you're one of those makeup junkies, kind of like all of us are, this is going to be really, really hard to use up, but it's so amazing. I use this in my contour area for my eyes. I do it as a light setting on a everyday contour, especially when I'm using creams or foundations, and it's just absolutely stunning. And I will say 95% of my clients want a strong contour, and this is a great way for me to test the skin to see how products are going to lay, because it's just so good and smooth. It does come in about 4 different shades. I want to say there's a light medium, there's a medium deep, and then there's a deep, but I love the medium deep basically for every complexion. Next, I'm going to move into another bronzer. This one is a little bit more richer in tone. I have this one on right now. This is the Studio Fix powder by MAC. It's in NW50. So what I love about this powder is it gives me just the right amount of warm, and the great thing, it blends out equally as well. Also, it just gets bronzers right. And whereas it's not necessarily sold as a bronzer, because this is about 4 shades deeper than my complexion, if placed in the right areas, it becomes a beautiful contour. So of course I'm going to talk about this product as bronzers, because I bronze with contour products and I contour with bronzing products. So just however you look at it, this is actually a great way, especially if you're starting out with trying to learn how to do the 3-step process. Using a powder is very, very easy because you can blend it out. Next, I have another powder. This is by Estee Lauder. This one is called Rich Mahogany. It's number 6C2. Again, this is a bronzer for me. I absolutely love this product. It's so rich, and the best of all, this is part of the powder double wear line by Estee Lauder that is basically world famous. Again, you're going to get beautiful blendability, sets very nice, lasts all day long with pigmentation. A little bit on the pricey side. I think this runs about $40. However, I've had this product right here right at about 3 years, and I'm about to hit pan, but you know, just considering how many times I use this on myself, how many times I use this product on clients, you know, you just can't get enough. It really gives you that over chiseledness if you want to, but of course you can blend it out very nice. And of course, for my girls that are richer in tone, they use this as a beautiful setting powder. And one of the last powder contour products that I got my hands on this year was my Contour and Highlight Pressed Powder Palette by Mehron. Again, this looks a lot like the NYX version. NYX obviously going to be drugstore. Mehron, you're going to run about $60 or $70. This is more of a pro palette. No flashback, HD. The finishes are going to be somewhat different, but of course for the money. I was actually gifted this by James Vincent at the makeup show and completely obsessed. You can see how I've really worked these colors right down here. Of course, this is my color zone. I love these as well, and I'm just thinking that this has really been one of my favorite products to use as far as contours are concerned. So of course, rounding up my powder bronzers, there's definitely a spot for my Mehron HD Contour and Highlighting Palette. Wait, now you didn't think we were done completely with bronzers, did you? Because I do have a few liquid products. Of course, I'm going to start off with a little bit of drugstore first. I have mentioned Black Opal on my channel several times. And of course, the same theory that I use with powders, I use with creams. I love to start a great contour or bronzing technique with a stick foundation. And Black Opal just delivers in pigmentation. This color is called Black Walnut. I have another one which is called Suede Mocha. This one is absolutely stunning as well, and this one is almost out. Look at the intensity of that. Can you see what's happening? So you can actually go on to skin after foundation and blend these colors out very seamlessly. I love cream and stick foundations so much because oftentimes my richer in complexion young ladies get left out when it comes to powder contours. Matter of fact, I had a young lady that Snapchatted me last night and was in the drugstore trying to find a good contouring palette. So I referred her to the Black Opal line because whereas these products are creamy, they blend out. Look at that. They blend out so good. Like, this really is enough for me to do somebody's entire face, depending on how intently I want the product to go. They blend out so good. Again, if you're a novice at bronzing and contouring, starting with a foundation or a stick, if you can land that technique, you will never not do it in your makeup application. Trust that. I have to give nod to Estee Lauder and their Double Wear Stay in Place Flawless Concealer. I love this concealer as a bronzing and contour as well, especially when I'm doing a nose, because of this very tapered wand. Very easy to apply and even easier to blend out, and it does last all day. This shade is number 6, Extra Deep. I do have some clients that use it underneath the eye area if they're richer in complexion, but for me, this definitely lands in my bronzing category. And last up for bronzers, I have to give a nod to Chanel and their Ultra Wear Flawless Foundation. They call it Le Tint Ultra Tenue. I have a couple different videos that I'll link in the description box showing you how I use this product and some of the different shades and pigmentations. This shade is number 132 Chocolat. There's one other one that comes in at shade 152, absolutely stunning as well. I love this because there's a pump. I can really control the amount that I apply to clients, and it creates, again, a beautiful bronzing look when you don't want the fuss of having to worry about a product setting. So this is absolutely spectacular. But if you notice the whole trend, everything looks like warming the complexion up, and I'm all about that life. But you can't, of course, warm a complexion up without it being highlighted, honey. So let's talk about those highlights. Of course, I'm going to give you a few of my favorites from the drugstore. And I will say this one is probably my favorite product from the drugstore. This is by Makeup Revolution, and honey, excuse the packaging, she is battered and bruised, honey. The cap has come off, but she is so pretty. Look at that intensity. Like, this is absolutely, can you see how that's giving me highlight and halo glow? And this product is very easy enough that you can grab you a nice fluffy brush and pat it all over the face, and what happens, it gives the full face a very nice understated glow. Whereas I don't use this one as much in my highlight zones because I think that you can start to get more cakey from trying to build it up. I do love this all over as a slight underglow to my skin before I even go in with bronzer. So I definitely love this product. This one is by Makeup Revolution. It's the Shimmer Brick Radiant, and I'm obsessed with this type of glow as well. And I'm just going to rub that on my hand. It gives you a beautiful iridescence to the face. And again, some of the drugstore ones are a little bit more powdery, but when used right, these can give you the most amazing, naturally understated glow. So I definitely love this product. I was skeptical about putting my Jafra Plum Gorgeous in my lineup, but as long as they have this product in stock, it's definitely going to always land in my favorite highlights. I absolutely love this color wheel, and I use this a lot during the holiday, but look at what happens. It's giving you it's giving you so many different pigmentations on this one color wheel. And the way that I use this product is I grab my bronzing brush and I whirl it around and apply it to my cheeks. And if I feel like I need a little bit more of this plum shade, I'll tap into this and apply it to the apple of the cheek. If I think I need something a little bit more warm, then I can go here. So you can actually spin your way around the wheel, but when I initially start, I work it all the way around and I swirl these shades. And look at that beautifulness that it gives off. Like, isn't that absolutely stunning? And I don't know why more bloggers don't talk about this product, but it is definitely one of my favorite highlights. I have one more. The Makeup Revolution is almost a dupe for my Bobbi Brown Shimmer Brick in Sandstone. However, the Bobbi Brown line does give you a little bit more highlight and not as much powder. So you can actually see how it reflects off, and it should at about $40. I'm going to pop that on my hand as well. And you can see how it just gives you that beautiful movement. Just obsessed with that. But of course, I've given you guys a little bit different price points and a lot of convenience to purchase these products yourself. But the product that I'm about to mention to you now that rounds up my blushes, bronzers, and highlights, like, it really stole the show for 2016. And if you follow any of my favorites all year long, right after the summer, you should really be familiar with the name Danessa Myricks. And this is why. I have 4 of the Enlighten powders by Danessa Myricks, and they are absolutely the most amazing highlights I've ever worked with. They are so pigmented. So I'm going to start swatching them for you right now. The first one is Love. Like, I think Love is probably my favorite one because I can use this any time of year on myself. And it's just, again, they're so fine. Look at that. They're so fine and so powdery, and that's just one stroke. Can you see that? You can build these up. You don't need any water activation. I love a great tulip brush to apply this with, and it's just absolutely stunning. So this shade is called Love, and to see it in the container is very, very misleading, but once you get it on skin, honey, whoo, highlight on fleek. So again, this color is called Love. Next, this coppery shade is called Desire. And I can use Desire as a blush sometimes, and then I'll pop Love on top, and just the intensity. Give you a little taste of that intensity. Look how pigmented that is. Like, you would think that that would really, really throw a look off, but it is so beautiful, so subtle. And I love that it's in a powder form, so you can really build it up. Can you see what's happening? Like, you're getting that beautiful array of hues and highlights. And I just love the idea that Danessa Myricks is a makeup artist. And I really love the idea that she has given so many highlighting options. And of course, these products right here run about $20, but because they're loose, you will never run out. Like, I've had this all year and I barely have hit the top surface of these products. So I'm going to show you another shade. It's called Synergy, and this one looks like snow. And it's, again, it's one of those colors that once you get it on skin, like, doesn't that look like snow? Once you get this shade on skin, it gives you that beautiful, almost rainbow or unicorn type look. And I'm just going to do one swipe up my hand. And just look how beautifully iridescent that is. So can you see how you're getting this beautiful array of colors just from a little bit of product? And of course, with these, because they are so pigmented, you can build them up. You can actually blend them into a nice wet foundation, and they just buff in like a dream and almost make the skin look like silk, is what I really, really love about this product. And then the last shade that I have is called Tranquility. And Tranquility looks like a beautiful mauve, but once you get it on skin, you'll be able to see. And I'm just going to use my shoulder blade here, just so you can see what happens. Can you see how beautifully that makes the skin look wet? And my skin is not wet right now. Like, I use this a lot on brides just to kind of give that beautiful veil. And it's not like a liquid product that I feel like it's going to rub off on their clothes, because it's just a light dusting. And this is easier to get off than a liquid product would be. But can you see how it gives you that ooh, 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 that movement? Absolutely obsessed with the Danessa Myricks products, and that's why she lands in my favorite blushes, bronzes, and highlight in spot number 1. So there you have my top products in the categories of blushes, bronzes, and highlights from 2016. I'm hoping you guys will comment down below on what were some of your favorite products from 2016. As always, you guys know that I love to connect with you, so make sure you connect with me. Follow me on all my social media. Here are the links for you right here. Be sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any upload. Until next time, guys, thanks so much for watching. Hugs and kisses. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.